Across farmlands and forests, an unexpected invader is quietly reshaping the landscape. These animals dig, adapt, and multiply faster than most species on Earth, turning fertile fields into fragile ecosystems almost overnight. What began as a small population has grown into one of the most widespread wildlife challenges of our time. In this investigation, we uncover how scientists, farmers, and conservationists are working together to restore balance, and how understanding this remarkable creature may hold the key to protecting our environment's future. Across the countryside, a quiet crisis is unfolding, one that's changing how farmers protect their land, how scientists manage ecosystems, and how an entire rural economy fights back against a growing invader. The animal at the center of it all isn't a predator, but a survivor, the wild boar, or as locals here call them, iron tusks. These animals aren't just wild pigs roaming the woods. They are intelligent, adaptive, and expanding at an astonishing rate, carving their presence into farms, forests, and water systems across entire regions. Before we go deeper into how this species has pushed farming communities to their limits, make sure you hit that like button. Share this story with others who care about wildlife and the environment. And subscribe to the channel to stay part of our growing community uncovering the world's hidden challenges. To understand the crisis, we have to look at how these animals live and multiply. Wild boars are among nature's most resourceful mammals. They can thrive in almost any environment, from wetlands to dry grasslands, and they rarely travel alone. Most move in close-knit groups known as sounders, led by dominant females and filled with piglets learning the ways of survival. These sounders can cover huge territories, moving under the cover of night to forage and root through soil in search of food. Their sense of smell is sharp enough to detect buried crops from meters away, and their hearing can catch even the faintest movement of danger. Their reproductive ability is where the real challenge begins. A single sow can give birth to more than a dozen piglets twice a year, meaning that in less than 12 months, one group can become dozens, and dozens can become hundreds. This rapid growth makes population control extremely difficult. In many areas, without intervention, their numbers can double within a single year. That's when the destruction begins to show. Fields torn apart, irrigation lines broken, and young crops uprooted before harvest. The economic impact is staggering. In several regions, farmers lose millions annually due to the damages caused by wild boars. It's not only about food loss, it's about the long-term effects on soil health and infrastructure. These animals dig deep trenches while feeding, a behavior known as rooting, which disrupts the topsoil and leads to erosion. Over time, fertile land becomes harder to cultivate, and entire agricultural systems suffer. But agriculture isn't the only victim. Wild boars also disrupt native ecosystems. They compete with local wildlife for food, destroy nesting areas, and eat the eggs of ground-dwelling birds. Their constant movement spreads seeds of invasive plants, further pushing out native vegetation. On top of that, they can carry diseases that threaten livestock, pets, and even humans. It's a ripple effect that reaches far beyond the farms. Wildlife management teams across multiple countries have realized that controlling this species requires coordination, not chaos. It's not about eradication, it's about balance. Scientists, farmers, and government agencies now work side by side to track and manage boar populations. Modern approaches use thermal drones, GPS tracking collars, and smart trapping systems that alert teams in real time. It's a high-tech effort to contain a centuries-old problem. Midway through these operations, the people on the ground face the daily challenge of outsmarting an animal that learns fast. Once a boar group detects traps or human scent, it changes routes instantly. These are not creatures that repeat mistakes, they adapt. That's why many teams use rotating strategies, blending technology with traditional observation methods. It's a patient process of understanding animal behavior rather than relying on brute force. If you're finding this exploration eye-opening, don't forget to like this video. Share it with friends who love learning about real-world wildlife management. And subscribe so you don't miss our future investigations into nature's toughest challenges in the fields of northern valleys and southern plains. Coordinated responses are transforming how humans coexist with wild populations. Instead of large-scale confrontations, the focus has shifted towards smarter, data-driven control. Some regions have introduced regulated hunting seasons with population limits, while others focus on fertility control, a humane approach using feed-based methods to reduce reproduction rates. These efforts are backed by agricultural councils, conservation biologists, and even local communities who report sightings. Through mobile apps to help track migrations. Education also plays a major role. Awareness programs help farmers identify early signs of boar movement and prepare defenses before damage occurs. Electric fencing, motion-triggered alarms, and night cameras are now common tools in rural landscapes. What was once a constant battle has turned into a managed, science-led campaign. The shift isn't just practical, it's philosophical. It represents how humans can adapt and innovate without declaring war on nature. Every method used today, from drone-assisted tracking to habitat restoration, is part of a larger goal: restoring balance between human activity and wildlife survival. Because at the end of the day, wild boars are not villains. They are survivors responding to changes in habitat, climate, and food availability caused largely by human expansion. When you look at it from that perspective, this issue becomes more than just about protecting farmland. It's about learning how to share ecosystems more responsibly. These animals have taught scientists valuable lessons about adaptation, intelligence, and resilience. They've shown how quickly nature adjusts to the gaps we leave behind, and how small actions can lead to big ecological consequences. In regions where management has been consistent for years, there's now visible progress. Crop damage is dropping, biodiversity is returning, and native species are slowly reclaiming lost ground. But experts warn that without ongoing vigilance, boar populations can surge again within months. It's a delicate balance, one that depends on long-term cooperation rather than short-term solutions. For many farmers, it's no longer just about protecting what they own. It's about preserving a way of life. The battlefields of agriculture are evolving into laboratories of coexistence. What was once chaos is now strategy. What was once confrontation is now coordination. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most complex wildlife management challenges of our time, don't forget to hit that like button, share this story to help raise awareness, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss our next exploration into the fascinating intersections of humans, animals, and the changing planet we share. This is more than a story of animals and agriculture. It's a story of adaptation, innovation, and balance. Because in the end, the goal isn't to eliminate the wild. It's to understand it, respect it, and find the harmony that keeps both nature and humanity thriving.